All right, so geometry, let's go ahead and work on this review. All right, so we're getting ready for that Unit 3 test. And on GoFormative, it's going to look like this for you. Okay, so review geometry Unit 3 test, parallel lines and triangle measure. All right, so I've pulled it up over here on, let's see here. And this is on the whiteboard, so I can write on it. All right, so let's do that. 1 second. All right, so here we go. Starting on number 1, so let me get there. So, which angles are corresponding angles to 6? So, let's draw on this. Okay, when we're talking about angle 6 right here, okay, corresponding are on the same side of a transversal at the same location, shifted down the transversal. Okay, so in blue, here's a transversal. Transversal cuts through two parallel lines, right? So if 6 is on the bottom left, over here, what's on the bottom left? 8, right? Now those are corresponding. And so let's take a look at our answer choice. Letter C, okay? So for 1, I'm going to put C. Number 2, given that measure of 12 is 60 degrees, what is the measure of angle 6? So 12 is right here, right? So once again, my transversal is this line that cuts through the two parallel lines. Okay, so my blue line is my transversal. So if 12 is 60 degrees, what is angle 6? Okay, now look, angle 6 is right here. I want you to see that 6 and 12 are on alternate sides of the transversal. And then if you're looking at the parallel lines, they're between or inside the parallel lines, C and D. That's called interior. Alternate interior. Okay? Now what we know is that alternate interiors are congruent. In fact, let's make a little off to the side here. Alternate interior, alternate exterior, and corresponding. Okay, so these three right here, alternates and corresponding, are all congruent. That means that those angle measurements are the exact same. All right. However, same side interior, same side exterior, and a linear pair. Oh, and I guess I should add on over here that the vertical angles are also congruent. Okay, but on the right side here, if it has S in it, same side interior, same side exterior, and a linear pair that makes a straight line, those are supplementary. And if you don't remember what supplementary means, that means it adds up to 180 degrees. Cool? So, given what we know about that, okay, look at number 2. We said angle 6 and angle 12 are alternate interior, which means that they are congruent, okay? So again, they're alternate interior, that means they are congruent. So if they're congruent, if angle 12 is 60 degrees, so is angle 6 60 degrees. Cool. So they're congruent, so they're the same, so we know that it's 60 degrees. All right, number 3, okay. Number 3, given that angle 1 is 110, what is the measure of angle 4? So let's look at 1 and 4. So 1 is right here, And then we have this transversal angle C, sorry, line C. And then we have angle 4. Now, you might wonder why I put 2 arcs on that. If you look at angle angle 1, that's bigger than 90, that's obtuse. And if you look at angle B, that's less than 90, that's acute, right? Those angles are not, they don't even look the same, and they're not the same, right? And let's talk about what these are. 1 and 4 are on the top of the transversal. They're above it, okay? So that's what we call same side, right? Same side. Now, is 1 and 4, are they in between the parallel lines? Are they in between A and B, or are they outside of A and B? Well, angle 1 and angle 4 are to the left and to the right of angles A and B, the parallel lines, so those are outside, those are exterior, okay? So we've got same side exteriors. Oh my gosh. Let's just zoom in now, right? Cool. Same side exteriors. Now let's remember, what does it mean when it says same side exterior? Same side exterior is supplementary. That means it adds up to 180. Okay, so to figure out number 3, I'm going to take what I know. Angle 1 is 110 degrees. I'm going to do 180 minus 110 degrees. I'm going to get 70 degrees. Angle 4 is 70 degrees. Okay. Do you see how letter B is a distractor? Okay. Not everything is congruent. So you can either do the eye test. Hey, one's obtuse, one's acute. They're not the same. They add up to 180. Or you can use what you know about these properties. Okay. This little chart over here helps you know what's what. Okay. Okay. Number 4. Which term describes the relationship between 8 and 9? So let's look at 8 and 9. Okay. 8's right here. And then I have a transversal going down, and then 9 is right here. Okay? It's hard to write on this laptop. Now again, I put 2 arcs. Why? Angle 8 is acute, less than 90. Angle 9 is big, greater than 90. That's obtuse. They don't match, right? Do you see how 8 and 9 are both on the left of the transversal? They're on the same side, right? And do you see how 8 and 9 are between parallel lines? 8 is below a parallel, 9 is above a parallel. They're in between. Inside means interior, right? Same side interior. And that's what they're asking to describe the relationship. So same side interior is going to be letter C. And I've been bad about marking my answers. So 2 is B, 3 is C, 4 is C. Cool. And now we're moving on to number 5. So number 5, what terms describe the relationship between 8 and 10? So let's mark these again. Here's, oh no. This is so whack. Sorry. Gotta zoom all the way. Okay, 8 is right here. Then I have this transversal. And then 10 is right here. Okay, so what do we call that? Well, 8 and 10 are not on the same side of that blue line, that transversal. So we call that alternate. And then, do you notice how 8 and 10 are in between parallel lines C and D? They're kind of sandwiched in the inside of 8, inside of the line C and line D. So we call 8 and 10 interior, in between the parallel lines. So alternate interior is going to be letter D. Okay, 5D. All right, number 6. Now this is actually going to take a little bit of work, but we can do it. So given, okay, GFH down here, this is an obtuse angle. And then given ACD over here, that's an acute angle. So they are not the same, right? And my transversal is right here. So when it comes to this stuff, you see how they're both to the right of the transversal? That's on the same side, right? And then do you see how we got these parallel lines and they're actually above and below? They're outside of the parallel lines. We call that same side exterior. Now remind me what we already know about same side exterior. Well, we said same side exterior is supplementary. That means they add up to 180. So this is going to take a little bit of work, okay, but we're going to write out an equation where these add up to 180. So let's do that. So 2x minus 4 plus the other angle, 3x plus 14, equals 180. Okay, I want you to see that I am not setting these two angles equal because they are not congruent. Same side exterior is supplementary. All right? So since we add them, equal sign 180, on the left side of this equation, I'm going to combine like terms. 2x plus 3x is 5x. Negative 4 plus 14 is 10. So you should be able to combine like terms. And then, what do? I need to solve for x, so I'm going to get rid of this loner, plus 10, by doing inverse operations. What is the opposite of plus 10? 1 second. Sorry. So yeah, what we're going to do, oops. Okay, so what we're going to do again is we're going to get rid of the loner or the constant. So the way we get rid of that plus 10 is inverse operations, the opposite of plus 10, minus 10, minus 10. So 5x equals 170. And of course, whatever we do on one side of the equation, we do to the other, right? Last step, to get rid of the 5, the coefficient in front of x, we divide. We divide on both sides because 5 and x are being multiplied. So it's 170 divided by 5, 34. All right. And you can use a calculator to figure that out. All right. Whoops. Okay, so number 7, we can draw a little picture to help us out with this one. On number 7, it says Memphis Avenue. So let's say Memphis intersects 50th Street and 34th Street at right angles. So 50th Street, 34th Street. It says Memphis intersects at right angles. Okay, so what is the relationship between 50th and Memphis? So 50th and Memphis meet at a right angle, like it said. What do you call it when the lines meet at a right angle? Perpendicular, right? If it was talking about 50 and 34, we would call those parallel, right? But they're asking about, in this one, Memphis and 50. Careful when you read that on your test, okay? There's going to be one similar to that. Don't get tricked. Cool. All right, number 8. All right, so we're going to do all these angle pairs. So 11 and 6. All right, so 11 and 6 are on the same side of the transversal, inside of the parallels. Those are same side interior angles, right? Oh, and I should probably go mark. Should be marking these on the GoFormative. So we were at what, number 6? We got 34, and then we said they were perpendicular. Very cool. And then we just said 11 and 6 are same side interior. So that was F so far. Okay, continuing on. 6 and 2. All right, now 6 and then 2. Now 6 and 2, I'm going to mark both of those with 2 arcs because those match, okay? They are the transversal for 2 and 6 is C. C cuts through. And do you note how 2 and 6 are on different sides of the transversal? So those are alternate, and then they're between parallel lines A and B, so they're interior. So angle 2 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles. That's going to be E. Okay. 3 and 5. Well, 3 is right here. 5 is right here. They're at an intersection across from each other. If they are straight across from each other at an intersection, we call that straight across vertical angles, whether they're literally vertical or not. Okay, so angle 3 and angle 5 are called vertical angles at an intersection across from each other. Okay, angle 2 and angle 11. Now, angle 2 and angle 11 do not share a transversal. There's not one line that touches angle 2 and 11 at the same time. So we would call that not defined. Yeah, there's nothing there. 4 and 8, well, 4 is over here. And then 8 is over here. All right. Now, 4 and 8, their transversal is C. C touches both 4 and 8. And 4 and 8 are on different sides of that transversal. They are alternate, and they're outside parallel lines A and B, so they're exterior. So angle 4 and angle 8 are alternate exterior angles. Cool? Angle 1 and 2. Now here's angle 1, and then we got angle 2 next to it. If they're right next to each other like that, and they make a straight line, angle C is a straight line, right? So if 1 and 2 right next to each other make a straight line, that's a pair of angles that make a line. So you want to think of linear pair. Okay, so 1 and 2 next to each other making a straight line is a linear pair. That's D. And then what about 7 and 5? So 7's right here, 5's right here. Do you see how they're both on the same side of the transversal? But notice 5 is outside, 7's inside, so they're not both interior, they're not both exterior. So this is that really weird one that a lot of people get confused on. I want you to notice how 7 is in the bottom right of that intersection, 5 is on the bottom right of this intersection. So if they're both on the bottom right of their intersections, they're in a same location, we call that corresponding. So angle 7 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. All right, so let me mark these. ECA, BDG. All right. All right, number 15, what's the value of x? We learned that the exterior angle theorem says the outside angle, let me get back over here. The outside angle equals these two added together, right? So the way I would write it is x plus 50 equals 112. To solve for x, I just need to get rid of that plus 50 because I need x, the variable, isolated. So the opposite or the inverse operation of plus 50 is minus 50. If I do it on one side, I do it on the other side to keep the equation equal. So x equals 112 minus 50, which is 62. So 15 is A. All right, one last page here. Let's do 16. What is the value of y? Now, in this case, if I know this is 112 and I'm looking for y, if it makes a straight line, remember a straight line is a linear pair. They're supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. So I can just do 180 minus 112, and I'll get 68 degrees. All right. 16 is A. Whoops. Let me back that up. 68 degrees. Now, there are two A's, right? Whatever. So just pick that second A. On here I did say, yeah, I know there are two A's. Okay. What should be letter D, obviously, right? Okay, number 17. What is the value of t in the picture? Okay, so once again, outside equals inside plus inside. The exterior angle is equal to the sum of the remote interior angles. That's how you say it. So t equals 32 plus, and this thing right here means it's 90 degrees, right? So what's 32 plus 90? 122 degrees. So 17 is B. All right. Now this is kind of crazy. This looks very complicated, but I'll make this really easy. How many degrees are inside of a triangle? What is the triangle angle sum theorem? Is that the angles in a triangle equal how many degrees? 180, right? That's important. So all you're doing to set this up is saying, hey, this plus this plus this equal sign 180. Now, which one of these answer choices says that plus that plus that is 180? Letter C, right? Angle plus angle plus angle equals 180. That's the big key right there, right? It's not that two angles equal the third angle. That ain't right. So A, B, and D are all wrong because they're just saying two of the angles equal to the third angle. No, it's all three add up to 180. So add is the important word. So anyways, 18 is C. Last but not least, let's do that on number 19, right? We're gonna add these up to 180. So we know that this is 90. So let's do this. 90 plus 2x plus x plus 30, and we said equals 180. Okay, so let's combine like terms. 2x plus 1x is 3x. 90 plus 30 is 120. And now we have a two-step equation. We get rid of our loner by doing the opposite of plus 120 minus 120. And we always do it on both sides, which is 60. And our last step to get rid of that 3 is to divide. 60 divided by 3 is 20. All right, so we solved for x, and we could plug x back in to get, 20 plus 30. So this one's going to be 50. And then 2 times 20, this would be 40 if we wanted to. Okay, but the answer for A is 20. And that's good. Hit submit. Thank you very much. Exit that assignment. All right. So again, you want to go over this and prepare for your test that you're going to have on Tuesday for my Tuesday, Thursday classes. But for my Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, you're going to have this on Monday. All right. Talk to y'all later.